Hello everyone, my name is Sean. I am the Crypto Smith. Thanks for coming back to the channel. This video today, I'm going to get right into what is the Faster Payments Task Force, what does it have to do with Ripple and XRP, my favorite subject, and what can you expect in the future from this group? Well, I want to start out by saying like and subscribe to the channel. If you wouldn't mind, I would really appreciate it. It does help my channel grow, and for that I appreciate you. Okay, the Faster Payments Task Force. Okay, this was started in 2015. Basically, here's what it says they're trying to do. Faster Payments Task Force, the mission is to identify and evaluate alternative approaches for implementing safe, ubiquitous, which means basically everywhere, faster payment capabilities in the United States. This mission supports key desired outcome identified in the Federal Reserve's strategies paper. They're obviously trying to figure out a way for faster payments between banks, between large institutions, between the Federal Reserve and other entities, even businesses as the end user. And I'm sure to a lot of you, this makes sense, right? This is what we've been going for. Isn't this why crypto was invented in the first place? So that we can make faster payments like Bitcoin, which didn't really work out because it was very slow and expensive. So they're trying to work out a different ecosystem for this faster payment system to work, what they're going to use, how is it going to operate, who's going to be involved, right? All of these things they're trying, this council, this task force is trying to get together, right? They're trying to solve the tough problems. So who's on the task force, you might ask, right? That's a good question. Which businesses and or entities or people? Well, here's the breakdown in group, basically by groups, right? Consumer interest organizations, government end users, business end users, non-bank providers, and then all of the financial institutions, which this is really geared for. These are the different committees and working groups that's on the task force, but we're going to get into that in a second. And who really makes up the task force? Well, there are 321 different organizations that make up this task force, and they're anywhere from, right, American Bankers Association, ADP, which is a payroll company, Agribank, Accenture Federal Services. We can go down this whole thing, but you don't want to. You can come on the website and check out every single one for yourself. But I went ahead and did it for you because that's what I do. I'm here to help. American Express, right? You can go through here. Barclays Bank, some very, very large financial institutions represent a part of this task force. And who else is on this task force, you might ask, and why are we talking about it? Well, and here's Ripple that utilizes the XRP token and the XRP ledger, which is what we are most interested in the coming years. So this is very important. What you're not going to see on this task force is anybody from the Ethereum Alliance or Bitcoin or XLM or really any other cryptocurrency company. Ripple is the one that has a token that is being used currently and can be used just for this purpose. And the representative for Ripple is on the steering committee and the editorial board. And you might ask, what is the steering committee and editorial board? The steering committee is the main committee where they get to prioritize where the work effort goes, right? In which direction they need to move. And Ripple's representative sits on this committee, which is very cool to see. Now, what happens in this task force is they're all getting together and they are meeting and discussing with all of these financial institutions, end users, software companies. Ripple obviously is involved, and they're deciding on the best use cases for each system and each segment of the ecosystem that they're trying to work out as far as software goes, cross-border payments and all that kind of thing. Like how is it going to work, right? How's it going to come together? How are they going to be able to figure it out and be one big cohesive unit? So they come up with recommendations at the end and then solutions. And I'm not going to go through this whole thing because the Faster Payments Task Force is no more. And I'll explain that in a second. But in their solutions and their proposals in this, they give a whole lot of proposals to these different organizations and companies like Dwolla, which would deal with real-time transfer solution features, credit push operation, right? So each company, there are 16 of these where they suggested this would work best for this particular portion of payments. Intercomputer Corporation, right? Real-time payment system with multi-layer security features message on private internet channels without using web protocols, right? This is just one portion of the payment ecosystem they're trying to build. And it goes through all the different types of payments, direct collateralized bearer asset transfer system, right? They They break down each one of these individually. The North American Banking Company and Independent Community Bankers of America provides front end to the ACH leveraging same-day credit push for payments transactions, right? Basically, I believe ACH was going to be taken over by the ISO 20022 here in the coming months. And then we have Ripple. Ripple is basically designated as the solution for cross-border payments, real-time cross-border payments for financial institutions that join the network. So Ripple is part of this, which is what makes it so exciting. And you can come in here and you can read all the different organizations that were recommended to take over which portion and deal with which portion of the payment ecosystem that they're trying to build here. But Ripple really is the only one that has a real-world utility currently as a cryptocurrency token and is going to be used for cross-border payments and was recommended by this task force. So let's fast forward. This was 2015. I believe they gave their last report in 2017, which we'll check out here. And so here we see the Faster Payments Council. And you might think, well, are these competing groups that are trying to look for solutions for faster payment systems? Nope. The Faster Payment Task Force turned into the Faster Payment Council. And this is what it says here. The Faster Payments Council is the culmination of a multi-year initiative that started with 320 plus industry stakeholders coming together with Federal Reserve support as the Faster Payments Task Force. That's what we just talked about. Final report published 2017. They directed the Governance Framework Formation Team to develop and implement a faster payments governance framework. Okay, so this is what became the Faster Payments Council. So now we know, one, the task force turned into the Faster Payments Council because they made decisions back then on what they wanted to do. The council now is here to try to educate and implement these systems in all of these government organizations and financial institutions all across the US, which obviously is going to spill over into the world. And let's look at a tweet here. This was today by the Faster Payments Council. The Faster Payments Council and Ripple are conducting a crypto in payments survey to gauge industry perspectives on the use of blockchain and cryptocurrency in payments. So basically they're asking for opinions of market participants in maybe how they think blockchain and cryptocurrencies can be used within their current system to make things better. Basically, this is what we're after. And down here, which was also a tweet they did yesterday, activities in the faster payments landscape continue to heat up, and the Faster Payments Council and its work groups are responding through ongoing education resources and information. So this is what they're doing. They're out there and they're talking to financial institutions on how these things can be implemented. And Ripple, right, is on the forefront of this council. What's Ripple? Well, Ripple is XRP, my favorite token, and might be your favorite token too if you do some more research or just follow my channel and I'll let you know how special Ripple is and XRP. But you might do your own research and check it out for yourself. So what I am putting all this together for is so that you can get a little education on what's happening out there in the world, what's going on behind the scenes. These things don't get big headlines, right? Because these companies and protocols and blockchains are working behind the scenes so that you can get your money faster. Things can get assets can be tokenized on the XRP ledger or whatever blockchain might happen to be used. No, I don't think XRP is going to be the only token used out there to move money around the world in the future. You've got all of the ISO 2022 tokens, which are Ripple, XLM, Quant, IOTA, Algorand. I think I'm forgetting something else, but you get the picture. These are the tokens that are going to be around that are going to be moving all of the money in the future. And you're really not going to see them because they're going to be behind the scenes, right? Just like the SWIFT network, you don't notice that because you go to your bank, you want to move money from one bank to another, right? It's running through the SWIFT system. You don't get to see that. You don't even know it. So this is why I'm so excited, because this is the real world use case for cryptocurrencies. This is not about market speculation and wondering if a token is going to go higher tomorrow or lower tomorrow. That is irrelevant right now. What is relevant is that these projects and cryptocurrencies are going to be used real world. Honestly, XRP, I think today has the highest use case out there in crypto, and hardly anybody's even heard of it. Most people in the US, I doubt, could even name 2 cryptocurrencies. A lot of people have heard the term Bitcoin because it's been in headlines, but even Ethereum as the second highest by market cap, most people have never even heard that term. So this is still how early we are in the adoption cycle of cryptocurrencies. Believe me, it's going to get big. And if you're not involved early, you're going to miss out. You know, that adoption curve where it goes up, you know, we're like just barely beginning this curve, this bell curve up. And at some point, people are going to cross that chasm, and we're going to have mass adoption, and you're going to miss it. Right? You're going to miss the best part. And getting in right now is the best part, not financial advice. Remember, I can barely handle my own money. So anyway, I just wanted to share this information with you so that you can be a little bit more educated on what's going on out there in the world and what Ripple is doing behind the scenes. Go check out the Faster Payment Council and check out the history of them and their working groups and see what they suggested and how you might follow it going forward. I'll put the links in the description below so that you can access it easier. Hope you like this information. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. It really does help the channel, and that's why I'm here, to help you. You guys have a great night.